Hey, Sean. First of all, thank you. If you watch these videos, I just hit 1,000 subscribers. This is my first video, I think, really since hitting 1,000. So thank you for watching and being a part of this journey. It's been really, really cool. And I was a YouTube partner when I hit 100 subscribers, and you could run ads then. And then after like a month, they switched it to 1,000 and didn't grandfather any of us in. So they just took that away, but I'm happy to be back, and hopefully I get approved for monetization soon, and I'll explain what I'm going to do with that in a minute. But first, in my life, the biggest thing that happened about 7 months ago, we had a son, and it's been awesome. It's been the coolest thing that I ever could have imagined, and as fatherhood does, it has radically reorganized my priorities and shifted my perspective on some things. And so I'm excited to explore my career and my life and my channel and my creativity and all these things through this lens of how can I do it responsibly and with a goal in mind, and not just sort of flounder and waste time. And so I wanted to quickly walk through what's happening in my life and how that's going to affect what I do as a professional and what appears here on this channel. So if you're interested, enjoy. If not, watch another one later. See you, bye. With my schedule, for the next couple of years, my goal is to take off Thursdays and Fridays from work. Unless there's a shoot that can't be moved or something, my plan is to stay home and be a full-time dad on Thursdays and Fridays and Saturdays and the weekend. Sometimes if I need to work a little bit, I will. But my goal is to cram all of my work mostly into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Schedule all my shoots for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And during naps and stuff on Thursdays and Friday, I can get in a little editing and stuff like that. But my goal is really to have that American dream of concentrate my work so that it can provide for my family and then have a bunch of time to spend with my family. For me, that meant that a couple years ago, I closed my studio and moved home as I started doing a lot more on-location work. And I've been thinking about reopening a studio, and for me, it just doesn't make sense to separate where, again, if I'm editing during naps and trying to be a full-time dad, having to go to a studio to get a bit of work done is an obstacle. And while I don't love working from home, and I feel like I struggle a little bit with the image of success that gets projected in so many places about having your cool little studio and stuff like that, I'd be lying if I said I didn't want that. But I know that right now it's not the best thing for me and my family. And so for now, I'm continuing to office from my home. And I did make the concession of I added this pink backdrop. I got auto pulls and a big roll of pink paper, and I love it. I love my pink stuff. I also ordered pink milk crates to match the boom pink. So that's kind of cool. But working from home is a challenge, and I'm eager to know how other people make it work because it is one of the most distracting working environments. I'm not even talking about on Thursdays and Fridays when I'm primarily a dad and then also fitting in work and some emails here and there while he's asleep. I'm talking about working on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays if I'm editing a big project and dealing with the distractions and sometimes knowing like, oh, hey, I need to vacuum. I need to take out the trash. There's chores to do. And if I'm waiting on an email, it's so easy to be like, yeah, actually, I'm going to go take care of that. So before, when I was working full time, it just meant that I was flexible to do anything anytime. And with my spare time, I would watch YouTube videos and take online classes and things like that and go out and shoot little things for fun here and there. But until I had this, line in the sand drawn of like the only time that I'm allowed to work is Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Until that happened, it's really hard for me to understand where all my time went before and what I did with it. And so now, knowing that I've got to cram all my editing into 2-3 days a week, cram all my shooting into 3 days a week, it really puts into perspective what you do with your time and how that time turns into money. And I made a whole video about how to make money as a freelance creator, but one of the things is if you're just exchanging your time for money and you're limiting how much time you have, that you have a finite equation of how much you can earn. And so if I'm only working 3 days a week, if I spend all that time just doing shoots for hire for a day rate, then I quickly hit that theoretical max, and I don't want to do that. And so I made a whole video about this, but I'm trying to refocus a little bit to say, yes, I'm going to continue to produce, and that is my primary occupation. There's a lot of people who are primarily YouTubers, and I know that I put some time into these videos, but it is not my goal or my intention to become a full-time YouTuber where I would choose to make a YouTube video over choosing a project to create for someone, for a client. I love the variety of work that comes from getting to work with clients. And I love the creativity that comes with the sort of limitless options of creating YouTube videos. But for me, I don't want to be a YouTuber, and playing the game of seeing what videos do well and what videos don't is exhausting. And there's people who are really, really good at making YouTube videos and really, really good at getting their YouTube videos watched. But so often that comes at the expense of you're grinding out this YouTube game and you're looking for something that's going to appeal to the masses, and you get away from your actual career. And for me, I love creating projects for other people. I love working with nonprofits. I love working with schools. I love working with up-and-coming companies that have interesting products and things like that. I love all of that, and I don't want to give that up to make YouTube videos and talk about cameras and stuff like that. But if there's a way to do both, where I can be a professional primarily and then fill the extra, if I have an off day, if I have a Tuesday where nothing's scheduled and I have nothing in the editing pipeline, how do I utilize that day to create revenue or create experience? And so for me, I wanted to walk through quickly what my goals are for this channel, sort of what the litmus test that I'm putting my content through is going to be, and then ask you how I can best make this something that's worth your time. If you're making it this far into this video, I am really, really grateful for that, and I want to know what I can do to make the next videos more helpful and more enjoyable maybe. With my revenue, number one is actual production. Number two is I'm investing a little bit and being sort of smart about that, using Robinhood. You know what? If you want to use Robinhood, careful. I'm giving this advice very, very cautiously. If you want to use Robinhood to trade stocks and you want a free stock, I'm not being paid by them or anything, but I get a free stock if you sign up using my code. So I'll put that in the description. If you end up using it to sign up, cool. But be careful when you invest, and only invest what you can and what you're comfortable losing if the market goes belly up. Be thoughtful about it. Do your research. Talk to people smarter than me. But if you want to get in and use Robinhood and want a free share of stock, use my code in the description. The third way that I'm trying to make money is a series of classes that I'm producing in the next couple weeks, and I'm very excited about that. We're going to rent some space and make classes that focus on a few different things beyond just how to set up lights and microphones and that, sort of the how and why of camera height, camera distance, the tone of a video, how you set these things, and get into the emotional side of it a little bit, working with as many nonprofits and stuff and schools as I do. When you're asking for money, you really need to hit these emotional notes, and it's something that we've had a lot of experience on, really designing the video in a way that's going to, hit an emotional tone and not just show off something flashy, and really try to develop a story about why you want to feel a connection to these organizations. Our class, we want to focus on some of those pieces, which a lot of the classes that I've watched haven't really, it talks all about how to set up a camera and your frame rates and 3-point lighting, but it leaves out the why and when you would go a little bit more dramatic and how you would make something a little bit more dramatic and why and when to do that. So classes are coming, and I'm excited about that. But fourth is YouTube. Now that I have 1,000 subscribers, I can earn revenue in theory from my YouTube videos. It won't be a lot, and I know that, but my goal is to get to a point where my cell phone is paid for. If I can get my cell phone paid for by my YouTube account, that would be awesome. That would be a very cool thing. So maybe stretch goal, get my mortgage paid, but I dream, and that's a long way away. But to do this, I need to make content. And so I'm running my content through 4 different filters as I create things. In no order. One is it something that's going to generate revenue? There's videos that I've made about audio equipment, about microphones that have done really, really well and still get thousands of views each month. And I hope that those continue to do so after I can put ads on them. But creating videos like that and really putting some thought and some time into demonstrating these things and being helpful, there's revenue in that, and that's important to me. And so that's one type of content I want to make. But the other one, most of my videos that don't get bumped virally somehow a little bit get about 30 views, 25, 30 views. And I know that most of those 25 people are the same 25, and there's going to be the 25 of you who make it this far into this video. And so I want to ask, what brings value to you? What do you watch for? Is it the stories? Is it the progress of my career? Is it the tips? Is it... I want to know, why do you watch these videos? And if you have made it this far, if you put a comment in below, trust me, no one's going to see it. But I'm curious, how can this be valuable to you if you're putting in the time to listen to me just talk? Number 3, with creating online content, what satisfies me creatively? There's a video that I'm going to make in a couple weeks that is a total joke. I've been thinking about it for over a year. I bought some stuff to make it happen, some costumes, and it's so dumb. And I just think it'll be funny to do, and I don't think it's going to be particularly cinematic or great quality. It's just a funny idea that I think would be fun to see. And so stuff like that I want to make because it satisfies me creatively. To think of something, to create something that I haven't done before is entertaining to me and enjoyable to me. And then lastly, is it something that provides me experience that will make me better at my job? So a lot of times when I get new gear, when I want to test things, doing some sort of YouTube video where I'm utilizing that equipment goes a long way to help me learn how to use it, so that when I'm working with a client, I'm not figuring it out on the fly. I don't have to sit in my basement and, endlessly test something. I can do it in a way where I can run all my tests in a real world scenario, learn from it, and then potentially turn that into content that could be helpful to somebody else who's trying to learn those same things. So with all of that, that's my goal for content on this channel, is how can I make something that is enjoyable, that it provides experience, that provides value to the 25 of you that watch it, and maybe separately from that, what are some pieces of content that I can create that will actually be appealing to a broader audience who's not going to stick around, who's not going to necessarily be a true viewer, like, again, those of you who are this far in, but that can generate some revenue, that I can create this content, leave it somewhere, and it can, in turn provide for my family. And so I'm asking you, if you have any ideas, any thoughts, anything, I'd love to hear. I'd love to know who the 25 of you are that are watching these, because while I have 1,000 subscribers, I know most of them, about 975 of them, don't watch most of my videos. And so I really am curious to hear. The last thing, which I haven't really said anywhere publicly yet, is we're starting a YouTube children's show separate from this channel, and I'll post about it once we're ready. We just finished the logo, and we're lining up our filming for the first episode, and I'm very excited for this project. It's a total passion project. And again, this goes in that column of things that are satisfying creatively, where, yeah, it could earn revenue, but really, as I was talking to my partner about it, if it fails completely, it will still be so cool. Like, the worst case scenario for this project is a great video. And I'm really, really excited about that. And I'm excited to be a part of it. And I'm excited that we're getting the support from crew and participants to bring it to life. It's a very, very cool show. And I'm excited to share with you more about that when that time comes. But that's what's going on in my life. That's what's going on in my career right now. Thanks for watching. Again, if you made it this far, I sincerely appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Maybe it'll be more valuable. And if you have any ideas on how to make it more valuable, let me know. Thanks for watching. See you later.